Imagine this. You've just landed in a brand new country, luggage in hand, absolutely buzzing for your epic road trip adventure. You pick up your rental car, ready to hit the highway, and then disaster strikes. Your phone battery dies, the engine sputters and won't start, and you realize you can't even ask for help, let alone order that much-needed coffee. Suddenly, that dream road trip feels less like an adventure and more like a fast track to pure frustration. Welcome to Daily English Practice. Listen and speak. I'm so glad you joined us for this deep dive into mastering English for road trips. Our mission today is to equip you with the essential phrases, vocabulary, and practical tips that will make your journey smoother, safer, and truly enjoyable. You'll gain confidence, learn to deftly avoid common pitfalls, and truly connect with your travel experience in a whole new, empowering way. Let's jump right in.
It's absolutely true. Unexpected situations are almost guaranteed when you travel, and the ability to communicate effectively isn't just about convenience. It's your ultimate safety net. It can transform a frustrating moment into, a solvable problem and a good trip into an unforgettable experience.
Couldn't agree more. A smooth journey truly begins with the most fundamental interactions, doesn't it? When you find yourself in a new place, simply knowing how to say hello can open surprising doors, both literally and figuratively.
Precisely. Our research consistently highlights the fundamental importance of basic greetings and politeness. Simple phrases like hello, good morning, afternoon, evening, and how are you are your first steps. But beyond mere greetings, politeness is crucial. And excuse me, isn't just polite. It's your effective way to get someone's attention, right? Without being rude.
Yeah, definitely.
Then there's please, thank you, you're welcome, and I'm sorry. These are universally appreciated and can smooth over so many minor bumps. And if you ever find yourself truly needing assistance, a polite "can you help me please" is your absolute go-to. It signals respect, basically.
And probably gets a better reaction.
Often gets a much more helpful response.
Well,
Exactly.
that's a crucial point about respect.
Yeah.
So, okay, once you've navigated the pleasantries, you'll undoubtedly face the practical necessities, like finding a place to rest after a long day driving. What kind of vocabulary should we prioritize for accommodations, hotels, and that sort of thing?
Right. When diving into hotels and accommodations, we find some really key terms. Beyond the obvious hotel, you might see motel, which often means you can park right outside your room, super convenient on a road trip.
Oh yeah, that's handy.
Definitely. Knowing reservation, check-in, and check-out are non-negotiable. Then there's the lobby and room service. For room types, you want to understand king bed, twin beds, that's two single beds, or maybe a suite, which is usually larger.
Gotcha. And for actually booking or talking to someone at the desk?
Yeah, so phrases like "I have a reservation under the name your name" are standard. Or if you're trying your luck last minute, "do you have any rooms available" is essential. Understanding timings with what time is check-in, check-out prevents awkward waits or, unexpected charges.
Yeah.
And if you want to be sure about the room, "can I see the room before I book" is a perfectly fine question to ask.
Sometimes worth it.
It often is.
And what about those all-important amenities, the things that make a stay really comfortable?
Absolutely. You'll definitely want to ask, does the room come with free Wi-Fi? Total lifesaver these days. Or is breakfast included? Little details like that make a big difference.
Budget and comfort.
Exactly. For personal needs, "can I have an extra towel pillow" is common. And if you have a late flight or want to explore more after checking out, "can I store my luggage here after checkout" is brilliant. The sample hotel dialogues we looked at show real-world stuff, confirming arrival dates, length of stay, room types like twin versus double, ocean view maybe, discussing rates, contact info, credit card details. They also cover what's usually included, like a buffet breakfast or an airport shuttle, and what might cost extra, like the mini bar.
Okay, speaking of long days, the absolute heart of any road trip is, well, the driving itself. And finding your way through unfamiliar territory. Knowing the right terms and phrases here can genuinely prevent a huge amount of stress, I think.
It certainly can. Sources give us a crucial set of terms for your vehicle and getting around. First, the car itself. Steering wheel, windshield, headlights, taillights, windshield wipers, the dashboard. Basic stuff, but important.
Yeah, if something goes wrong.
Precisely. Then, for road signs and directions, you'll see exit signs, navigate an intersection, watch the speed limit, master a roundabout, we'll come back to those, understand one-way streets, and look for a parking lot.
Okay, and for actually figuring out where you're going.
Well, you'll likely use a map or GPS. You'll need directions to plan your route and understand phrases like turn left, right, straight ahead, maybe even U-turn.
Mm.
And sometimes you hit a detour that sends you off course. Now, asking for directions politely is key. Start with, "Excuse me, can you help me?" Or, "Good morning, may I ask for some help?"
Nice and polite.
Always helps. Specific requests might be, "How do I get to place?" Or, "Where's the nearest bank hotel?" You might need to ask, "Is it far from here?" Or even, "Can you show me on the map?" And just to double check, "Are we on the right road to the city center?" is a great phrase.
And flipping that, what if you're the one giving directions? Maybe helping another lost tourist.
Ah, right. Then you'll use phrases like, "Go past the cinema," "Go along this road," "Go straight on," or "Go through the tunnel." For those tricky roundabouts, at the roundabout, take the first exit or second exit, whatever it is.
Crucial.
Absolutely. For turns, turn left at the crossroads or take the second right to describe where something is. It's on your left, you'll see it in front of you, it's on the other side of the road. And sometimes you might need to gently say, "You're going the wrong way."
Tactfully.
Tactfully, yes. Prepositions are your friends here. In front of, behind, next to, between, on the corner of, across from, near, far, past, through, along. They paint the picture.
Okay. Beyond directions, one of the most common things on a road trip, probably almost daily, is stopping for gas. What do we need for that?
Simple but essential. At a gas station, you're getting fuel or gas. You'll use a pump and its nozzle to fill up the tank, usually with regular or unleaded. And, just in case, knowing a few basic maintenance terms helps. Tire, flat tire, oil change, battery. Good to know if you need help describing a problem.
Yeah, definitely good to have those in your back pocket. This is where it gets really interesting for me, because road trips aren't just about the driving. They're about experiencing new things, especially local food and culture. Trying local dishes is always a highlight. What are some key phrases for navigating, say, restaurants and maybe a bit of shopping?
I completely agree. Food is a huge part of travel. When you're ready to order, ask, "Can I see the menu, please?" Or, "What do you recommend?" Then, "I'd like to order a dish drink, please." For dietary needs, really important, does this dish contain ingredient or can I have it without ingredient, are essential.
Uh-huh. Very useful.
You might also ask, "Is this spicy?" Or just, "Can I get a glass of water, please?" When you're done, "Can I have the bill check, please?" is standard. Maybe ask, "Do you accept credit cards?" And, a simple, "That was delicious, thank you," is always nice to say.
Absolutely. And for those who love a bit of souvenir hunting, finding that unique little thing you just have to buy, what phrases help there?
Right. For shopping, start with, "How much does this cost?" Or maybe, "Do you have this in a different size color? If it's clothes, can I try this on?" Now bargaining. Sometimes it's appropriate, sometimes not. But you could try, "Can I get a discount?" Or, "That's too expensive, can you lower the price?"
A bit brave, maybe.
Depends on the place. "What's your best price?" is another way to ask. For international travelers, "Can I get a tax refund on this?" might apply. And when you decide, "I'll take it," followed by, "Can I get a receipt, please?" seals the deal.
Okay, now let's really dig into something that makes English sound natural phrasal verbs. We've covered lots of direct words, but these combinations, like verb plus preposition, are everywhere in real conversation, aren't they?
They really are. And they add so much nuance. Our sources group them thematically, which helps learning. For planning and preparation, for instance, you might plan out your trip.
Like arrange it in detail.
Exactly. Or you look into hotels, meaning you research them. You might map out your route, create the actual plan, figure out, is it great general one, understand or solve something.
Yeah, figure out, use that all the time.
We all do. Then, for starting and driving, you set off in the morning, meaning begin the journey. You head out. You pull out of a parking space. You need to fill up with gas.
Fill up, yeah, we mentioned that.
Right. You hop in the car, tell everyone to buckle up, fasten seat belts, and then you drive off.
And when you're exploring, stopping along the way.
Good question. You might pull over to admire the view, stop at the side of the road. Or stop off in a village for lunch, make a short visit. At the hotel, you check in. If you miss a turn, you might have to turn back. If you need information, you ask around. You might look for a specific landmark.
Ask around, that's useful.
Very. You might end up somewhere unexpected. When you arrive, you pull in. You might want to try out a local restaurant or pick up some supplies, drop off your luggage, just look around the town, or come across a hidden gem by accident.
Find something unexpectedly. Nice.
Yeah. And if you see a great deal, you snap it up.
What about relaxing? Or when things inevitably run out?
For relaxing and reflecting, you might run out of snacks, use them all up. Maybe a slight detour helps make up for lost time, meaning compensate. You might just want to chill out by a lake or take in the atmosphere, hang out with new friends. When leaving, you pack up your things, maybe drop by a place someone recommended for a quick visit. You might need to sort out your bills, and later you'll talk about the trip or look back on your memories.
And hopefully not, but for problems.
Well, fingers crossed, your car doesn't break down, stop working. But if it does, you'll need someone to fix it up, meaning repair it.
That's a lot of phrasal verbs. Very practical, though. We'll definitely put a list in the show notes for everyone.
Yeah, they really help you sound more fluent.
Okay, all of these expressions are vital for a smooth trick. But let's be real. Sometimes things go wrong. Emergencies. Not fun, but being prepared makes a massive difference.
Being prepared is everything. Key emergency terms include accident, flat tire, breakdown. You might need a tow truck or your first aid kit. Knowing about roadside assistance is crucial, maybe even where the fire extinguisher is, and having an emergency contact easily available.
Absolutely.
More importantly, the phrases, "I need help," just shouting that works. Or, more specific, "I've lost my passport wallet. Where is the nearest hospital? I need a doctor. Can you call the police?"
God forbid I've been robbed.
Right. Or, "I need to report an accident. Where is the nearest embassy for passport issues? My luggage has been lost. Is there a pharmacy nearby?" Knowing these can genuinely save you in a crisis.
A great groundwork. Now, let's make this really concrete. Let's focus on a specific place, the UK. How does all this apply there, and what are the unique challenges for a road trip?
Okay, the UK, great example. First, and this is huge, they drive on the left side of the road.
A big one.
The big one. If you're used to the right, it needs serious concentration, especially at junctions and roundabouts.
Takes some getting used to, for sure. What else?
Congestion. Major cities, especially London, have serious traffic jams during rush hour. Think early mornings, late afternoons. The advice is usually avoid driving then or allow loads of extra time. People mention drivers getting a bit frustrated.
Understandable, but not ideal.
Not ideal. Then roundabouts. The UK loves them. You have to yield to traffic from your right, and they have double roundabouts.
Gobble.
Yeah, and the infamous magic roundabout in Swindon, it's like 5 mini roundabouts around a central one going the opposite way. It's something else.
Okay, that sounds like a challenge. Maybe one to avoid for the faint-hearted.
Or research very carefully. It definitely makes you practice those take the second exit phrases. Also, road types. Motorways are like highways. A roads are main roads. B roads are smaller. And then tiny, sometimes single-lane farm roads.
Right, so driving sounds potentially complex. What about the cost side of things for a UK road trip?
Cost is definitely a factor. Car rental, maybe 20-some sevens a day for an automatic, which is pricier than a manual there. Fuel isn't cheap, around £1.40 a liter currently.
Ouch.
Yeah. And parking, especially in cities, it's tough and expensive. People online compare it very unfavorably to other big cities. Best bet is free street parking if you can find it, or book accommodation with parking.
Good tip.
And London has its congestion charge £11.50 just to drive into the center on weekdays during the day.
So driving in cities is maybe not the best plan.
Well, there's a debate. Cars are great for luggage and exploring rural spots, but for city to city. Many argue trains are often easier and sometimes cheaper, considering the driving stress, parking, and charges. It really depends on your specific trip plans.
Makes sense. Trade-offs. Any tips for saving money on accommodation and food that came up?
Yeah, definitely. Camping is an option, around £15 a night. Airbnbs average maybe £30 for two, often with laundry, super helpful. For food, supermarkets like Tesco, Sainsbury's are your friend. Much cheaper than eating out all the time. You can grab decent meals or supplies there.
Good practical advice. Any other sort of random challenges?
A couple, yeah. Scotland, particularly the Isle of Skye in summer, apparently has notorious sandflies or midges. Need strong repellent or cover-up.
Ooh, midges. Not fun.
No. And sadly, some mention the risk of car break-ins, especially with rental cars. If you leave valuables visible, just be smart, hide your stuff.
Okay, so challenges exist, but the UK also has some absolutely stunning road trips.
Yeah.
Let's end on those amazing drives.
Oh, absolutely. There's Cheddar Gorge in Somerset, England, like a mini Grand Canyon, apparently, with the twisty drive. Very scenic.
Incredible.
Scotland has the famous North Coast 500. Over 500 miles of amazing coastal views, little fishing villages.
Epic.
Heard of that one?
not.
Bucket list. Definitely. Also in Scotland, the drive from Ben Nevis towards the Isle of Skye, going via Mallaig, really atmospheric, lots of history. And down south in Dorset, England, the Jurassic Coast, there's a road, the B301507, with just breathtaking clifftop views over the sea.
Wow, that paints a picture. What an incredible journey we've taken today, from basic hellos to tackling the magic roundabout almost.
Yeah.
And diving into phrasal verbs, it really shows how knowing this stuff can transform a trip, making it smoother, safer, and just, well, more rewarding.
It absolutely does. Language opens doors to experiences, sure, but it's also your essential tool for safety and sorting things out when stuff happens. So as you plan your next adventure, think about this. Beyond the amazing views and cool places, what's the most valuable thing you can pack for your own peace of mind?
Great final thought. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. If you found this helpful, please do subscribe to our channel for more daily English practice, listen and speak. Until next time, happy travels.